Welcome to all. This is lecture 7 on inverse trigonometric functions, and in this lecture we will discuss about the values of sine inverse of sine theta. What should be the value of sine inverse of sine theta if that theta belongs to any real numbers? Okay, so how to evaluate its value, and we have to draw its graph sine inverse of sine theta. Okay, so remember, if theta is belongs to the interval minus pi by 2 pi by 2, as it is known that this is the principal value branch of sine inverse functions. So if that theta is belongs to this interval, then sine inverse sine of theta is equal to theta. Okay, so we can say that the sine inverse and sine theta will be cancelled out, and what we get? We get theta. So if we take that f of theta is equal to sine inverse of sine theta. So what we get? This is equal to theta if that theta belongs to the principal value branch. Okay. So what we get? We get f of theta is equal to theta. So remember, so here I have written here that sine inverse of sine theta behaves like the identity functions. What is it? It is f of x is equal to x. So here also it is f of theta is equal to theta. Okay, so if you try to draw the graph of this function, which function? F of theta is equal to sine inverse of sine theta. It will be behaves like the identity functions. Okay, so what we get? We get it is a straight line passing through origin. Okay, and makes angle 45 degree. This is the identity functions, as you know. Okay, of course it is restrict in the interval minus pi by 2 pi by 2. This is the graph in the interval minus pi by 2 pi by 2. But as you know, in case of identity function f of x is equal to x over real line, it is a straight line like this. Okay, it is a straight line like this over real number. But in this case I am restricting this graph in the interval minus pi by 2 pi by 2. Okay, so that's why I am written here that these functions behaves like the identity functions. Okay, but the only difference is that it is restricted in the interval minus pi by 2 pi by 2, but here there is no restriction. We can be, it can draw like this. Okay, over real line. So that's why if that theta belongs to this interval, sine inverse sine can be cancelled out. Now question is, what happens if that theta is not belongs to the interval minus pi by 2? We will discuss it today. Okay. So before that, so before you discuss about, of course we'll discuss about these functions, that sine inverse of sine theta if that theta not belongs to this interval, and we have to discuss about the graph. So just remember the graph of the following. Okay, here you have the first one, that is graph of f of x is equal to minus x. Remember, the graph of f of x is equal to x, as you know, it is like this. We have done it is already. Then here it is f of x equal to minus x means, just compare with f of x equal to minus x, that is you take f of x as a y is equal to x minus x. We have to draw the graph of y is equal to minus x. It is like this. Okay, it has slope minus 1. That means this straight line makes angle 135 degree with x axis. Remember, y is equal to mx plus c. This is the slope intercept form. So here if you compare this one with here, what do we get? We get slope is minus 1 and it is passing through origin. That's why the straight line y is equal to minus x or f of x is equal to minus x passing through 0 0, and it has inclination 135 degree with x axis. Okay, now come to graph of x plus 1. Okay, all if you know that the graph of y is equal to x or f of x is equal to 1, it is okay. Here it is f of x is equal to x plus 1. So one things we clear that whatever the The slope is mx plus c, means you compare it, you get 1 here. So that means slope is here is 1. So the straight line must make angle 45 degree x-axis. So definitely the straight line will be like this. Okay. But here it is plus 1. So what to do? In such case, you try to write it as x minus something. Here you have 1, that's why I am writing like to write it as x minus something, means here something is minus 1. Okay. So what we get? In place of something, what we get? We get minus 1. That means since it has slope 1, that means the straight line has inclination, or the straight line will make angle 45 degree with x-axis, and it is passing through the point something comma 0, that is minus 1 comma 0. That's why this is the graph of f of x is equal to x plus 1. Okay. It is passing through minus 1 comma 0 and makes angle 45 degree with x-axis because it has slope 1. Now come to second question. F of x is equal to x plus 2. In this case also, what we have? We have whatever it may be, here the slope is 1. So what to conclude? We conclude that yes, the straight line will make angle 45 degree with x-axis. Okay. And it is passing through at which point? Try to write it as x plus some x minus something. What do we have here? We have here x plus 2. So it will be x minus minus 2. So in place of something, what do we get? We get minus 2. That means the straight line will be passing through minus 2 comma 0, makes angle 45 degree x-axis. Here it is. Okay. So so we have already completed two graph. In each case the slope is 1. So if we conclude it as a note, so what we get? We get that if you have question is f of x is equal to x plus c, that means here slope is 1 and c is a positive term. So try to write it as x minus something. So what we get? X minus minus c. That means the straight line will passing through the point minus c comma 0. Okay, and makes angle 45 degree with x-axis. Similarly, if that x is also positive term and the given function is x minus c, so if you try to write it as x minus something, so in place of something, what do we get? We get c. So remember, if it is x plus something, try to write it as x minus that x minus something. Okay, and the straight line will pass through something comma 0, makes angle 45 degree to x-axis. So you have already covered the graph of x plus something. In such case slope is 1. Now discuss some graph that has slope is equal to minus 1. Because I am discussing these things because it will be helpful to draw the graph of sine inverse of sine theta. Okay, so if we have the slope is minus 1 here, y is equal to mx plus c. If you compare it with the y is equal to mx plus c, we have a slope is minus 1. That means theta inclination is 135. So whatever the straight line, it makes angle 135 with x-axis. Okay, so now issue is that okay, it will make angle 135 with x-axis, but question is at which point you have to draw it. Okay, so in such case try to write it as x minus x plus something, and the straight line is will passes through the point minus something comma 0. So what do we get in place of something? Here we get 1 0. Okay, so what we get? Here we get the straight line. It is a straight line passing through 1 0 and makes angle 135 degree with x-axis because slope is minus 1. So in this case, what we have to express? We express the given function like minus x plus something. Here is one more example. Minus x minus 2. So try to write it as minus x plus something, so that the something can be found out. In place of something, what do we get here? Minus x plus minus 2. So what do we get? We get minus 2 comma 0. In place of something, we get minus 2 comma 0. So draw the diagram, draw the straight line at the point minus 1 comma minus 2 comma 0, that has inclination 135. Here it is. Okay, this point is minus 2 comma 0. Okay, now just do some more problems on this concept. If I say that draw the graph of f of x is equal to x and minus x is when x is greater than or equal to 0, and minus x when x is less than or equal to 0. Okay, that means you have to draw the graph of x and minus x in a single graph. It will be exactly equal to x if that x is greater than or equal to 0, and this function will be minus x if that x is less than or equal to 0. So as you know that this is the graph of f of x is equal to x, and this is the graph of f of x is equal to minus x. Okay, so what we get? We get like this. If you take x greater than 0, like this part, what we get? We get f of x equal to x like this. If you take x equal to minus x, what we get? We get f of x equal to minus x, this one. So this is the graph of, we can say this is the graph of mod x. Okay, so it will be helpful to draw the graph of the function sin inverse of sin theta. Okay, now if you try to draw the graph of f of x is equal to x minus 2 then 2 minus x. Here x is greater than or equal to 2, x is less than or equal to 2. So what do we have here? Here we have f of x is equal to x minus 2. Here we have positive slope, that is 1, and here it is minus x plus 2 or 2 minus x. So what do we have to find a point? Of course we get the slope is 1, here we get the slope is minus 1. Here the straight line will make angle 45 degree to x axis. Here that angle makes angle 135 degree to x axis. Okay, but the issue is you have to find the point at which it make the angle with x axis. Okay, so what we get? We get, write it x minus something. So in place of something, what we get? We get 2 0. That means this part will passes through the point 2 comma 0, makes angle 45 to the x axis as x greater than or equal to 2. In this case also, if you write it as x minus x plus something, in place of something, what we get? We get 2 0, and that will still line makes angle 135 to the x axis. Okay, so if you try to draw the diagram, what will we get? We get, here we have 2 0. Okay, straight line passing through 2 0 makes angle 45 degree, this one. Okay, and this side x is greater than or equal to 2. If x is less than 2, that means you have to draw the straight line passing through 2 0 makes angle 135 degree like this. So this is a graph of f of x is equal to say x minus 2. Okay. So for the value, to find the value of this sin inverse of sin theta, or particularly for the graph, we need these things. Okay, so we'll continue in the next lecture how to evaluate the value of sin inverse of sin theta. Okay, thank you.